Yes, Fatah is not engaged in attacks against Israel, as this is the general policy of the Fatah organizations. But the young generations who have a relationship with the young generation from the Islamic Jihad, Hamas, and the refugees camps, or in the villages in the West Bank might be motivated to work together to go on such attacks. But the Palestinian Authority general policy is not to prevent any kind of escalation. The Palestinian security forces work to stop any kind of attacks and any escalation. And Abbas' condemnation of the attack yesterday was a very clear message to the Palestinian public that it is not in the Palestinian interest to go on violence and tension and to calm the general and the public mood of the Palestinians, because others could be inspired by such attacks, and if they plan or think of attacks, they can to continue to do it, to conduct it. But Abbas' message was very clear and tough to the public opinion, to the Palestinian security services, to do their utmost efforts to prevent any attack and to contain this tension.
Israeli media reported that Mahmoud Abbas condemned the attack after the request for condemnation came from Benny Gantz, Israel Minister of Defense. Is that correct?
Abbas strictly condemned the attacks, and he declared in his electoral campaign in 2004 that he's against military resistance, armed resistance. He believes in peace. He is a program based on peace, and he blamed by the Palestinians because he believed in this strategy and adopt only this strategy. He never believed in violence, and he never support or was pro-violence.
But there were also two other terror attacks. There were two terror attacks that preceded this one this week, and there were so many stabbings in East Jerusalem in the last few months. We haven't heard condemnations then. So why now?
Yeah, those guys came from the West Bank and under Abbas control, so suppose the Palestinian security services to stop them. But those who came from the Negev or Al-Fahim, Abbas security forces has no control there. It's a responsibility of the Israeli security. So I think this is a situation. And he also was busy in talks with King Abdullah. I think he gave the promise and get agreement with King Abdullah to work hard to enhance the cooperation with the Israeli security services, to work hard to prevent any escalation. So the most is the practice on the ground more than the words and condemnation. It's important to the message to the public opinion, but the most important is what he told the Palestinian security to work hard to enhance ties of cooperation with the Israeli counterparts and to prevent any escalation. So we hope that we will see no more violence after that attack, and the fruits of those talks, King Abdullah, Gantz, and Abbas, together to calm the situation in the West Bank.
Last, I want to ask you for your opinion and analysis. Why do you think this is happening now? In a brief answer, please, because we have set to part, sadly, very soon.
They were calling before that the Land Day, Palestinians commemorate the Land Day every year, and it's an issue. Before that, we were talking about the Palestinian political prisoners to go on a hunger strike. They talking about what's going in Sheikh Jarrah and the plans of Itamar Ben Gvir to invade Al-Aqsa Mosque tomorrow. So there's a lot of things coming around, and they see the settlers also attacking the Palestinians. The general atmosphere is tension, and there is a motive for radical organizations that go from Gaza, like Hamas and the Islamic Jihad, BFLP, for people to escalate the resistance against the Israelis. Yeah. So those young generation could be attracted by that and motivated by that to conduct attacks.
Mohammad Najib, thank you very much. I appreciate you talking to us today from Ramallah. Thank you.
Thank you.